It's always tricky to know how to approach re-releases of games, and Ghost of Tsushima may be the most difficult one of all so far. The primary reason being that, yes, for all intents and purposes, this is basically the same game with some extra content, and the PS4 version of the game has had a patch not so long ago which bumped the frame rate up to a remarkably stable 60 FPS, even in its resolution mode when played on a PS5. The question when the director's cut was revealed was, and still is the new DLC worth the £25 upgrade fee for existing owners? And to be blunt, it absolutely is. If you want to go check out our initial review for the game, Andy's superb video is available in the card at the top, where he awarded it a 9 out of 10. I would stand by that score, even though, somewhat criminally, I've yet to finish the main story, even after giving the new island a solid thrashing. I'm not too far off it though, so before anyone gets preachy in the comments, don't, as this review is focusing primarily on the new content more than anything else. The Iki Island content then. The carrot on the stick tempting people to hand over 25 quid and see what all the fuss is about. It's a standalone story with some nice callbacks to the main game that's set on a smaller island to the southeast of Tsushima. The game allows you to import a PS4 save, although you do need to be at least as far in as Act 2 for it to become available. Jin finds himself travelling to Iki, the place of his father's death, and in crossing the sea, gets caught up in a storm. Even worse, shortly after setting his feet on solid ground, he's set upon by a band of Mongols who pledge their allegiance to a mysterious foe known as the Eagle, who captures Jin and poisons him, with her intentions unknown. Soon after, Jin escapes and finds himself forming an uneasy alliance with a group of raiders who inhabit Iki, but are sworn enemies of Clan Sakai, given their perceived invasion of the island 15 years prior. Due to this, Jin introduces himself as Jin from Yarikawa, hiding his true identity to Fune, the leader of the raiders, and the rest of the group. It's a wonderful little narrative twist that adds an extra bit of spice to what would otherwise be a standard protagonist finds new friends plotline. The poison starts to consume Jin, making it a matter of time before not only the island of Iki is lost to the Eagle and her tribe, but his mind is as well. There are a couple of new game mechanics that have been introduced on Iki, both of which fall onto your horse. The first is an extremely handy charging mechanic allowing you to barrel through enemies on horseback without breaking stride. Extremely useful for decimating groups of enemies, this mechanic is complemented by a second horse-based toy with some saddlebags. This may sound minor, but it provides the ability to stash an extra set of ammo in them, with any additional pieces automatically going back into the bags, allowing you to have a portable resupply unit. This is a great way to ensure that you're fully stocked up before slamming into a bunch of enemies, jumping off and slicing up what's next. Somewhat predictably, the game is technically flawless. The previous PS4 patch ran at a stable 60 frames a second in the resolution mode, so there's no surprise that the PS5 release does the same. In my entire time with the game, I didn't notice a single dropped frame. There aren't a huge amount of other changes outside of a resolution bump, although there does appear to be a little bit more in the way of particle effects and leaves etc. floating around, which made the game world feel that little bit more alive during my time. Loading times were already super quick on the PS4 once you got into the game, but the PS5 version takes it to another level. Getting into the game from a cold boot takes under 10 seconds, and fast travel brings an entirely new meaning to the phrase. The screen dips to black and immediately comes back up at your chosen destination, something which will never get old for someone whose first game involved sitting in front of a tape deck for 15 minutes before watching Mr. Puniverse crash for the umpteenth time. The other main enhancement for the PS5 is the lip sync with Japanese audio, which is something that I briefly checked out, although didn't stick to because I'm a heathen when it comes to that sort of thing. Oh, and Kurosawa mode still looks absolutely breathtaking. The thing that really surprised me with the Iki Island content, however, was how much the story gripped me. Far from being a typical go here, stab dude, repeat level of narrative, Jin's 8 hours or so travelling around this small yet densely packed island amounts to a journey of acceptance. Without giving too much away, the key thing to remember is that Iki is the place where Jin saw his father pass away. There are flashback sequences in the form of memories scattered around the island, and hallucinations brought on by the eagle's poison add another layer into Jin's story. As someone who's experienced paternal loss, I was broadsided by some of the themes and narrative threads tucked away on Iki, and this exploration of grief and what it can do to a person was something I genuinely wasn't expecting. By the time the final sequence hit, I was legitimately struggling to find the words to describe what I was feeling. It's a genuine surprise, and one that really adds another dimension to Jin Sakai as a character. The way to treat this release, in my opinion, is to view it as a £25 piece of DLC with some added enhancements. Viewed as such, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut is a brilliant addition to an already stunning game that should be given some serious consideration if you've enjoyed your time with the base title. However, if you've never touched the original and are wondering what all the fuss is about, there is absolutely zero hesitation in recommending that you pick up this version of the game. It is superb. Thank you for joining us, guys. If you have enjoyed this video, please do drop a like on the video, leave us a comment down below, let us know, are you going to be picking it up, and subscribe to the channel for more stuff. That's all for now. Take care, guys. Bye bye.